Hi, I'm Katie Siskind. This video is all about what happens to a child when they lose a pet. So losing a pet can be your child's first trauma and their first experience with loss, grief, and death. So there can be a lot of things that come up for a child once they've lost a pet. Could be a small little bird, it could be a guinea pig, they could be losing their family dog. All of these are huge in a child's world. This is their first trauma. This is the first time they experience death. Usually it's the first time that they have to grieve and have to understand that what happens when something dies. Sometimes a child can be mad at you as a parent. Oftentimes I work with adults that have unresolved loss from childhood pets, and their parents hid it from them. They said, oh, the dog just went to grandma's, and then the dog never came back. So don't do that. Don't lie to your child. Just be really focused on what this means to your child. So, give your child a goodbye with the pet. Say your pet's really elderly, you have an old cat, and you're going to have to put it down soon. Talk to your child and prepare your child for death. So say this is an animal that's sick, and it's going to be in a happier place. May even go to animal heaven. But you can't say, the cat just, isn't going to come back. You have to give a closure. You really do. And you have to create a ritual around death. So this could be having a cremation, having a burial site in your backyard, making a little painted rock and putting your pet's name on the rock on top of its grave. And even though it's really sad, it gives closure to your child and helps them have a relationship with their pet's memory, outside of the physicality of that pet not being here anymore. You and your child can also think about, say your guinea pig's name was Dexter. You can think about where Dexter is now. Maybe Dexter is your guardian angel guinea pig and helping you get through your day. Or maybe Dexter, your guinea pig, is, helping you and feeling protected. You have a little angel looking out for you. And, Dexter might be eating his little hay up in guinea pig heaven. You can make it very appropriate for a child's world. And can you let them know their pet is safe and is loved, and they can pray to their pet or whatever. It's really important you explain death in a positive way, and in a way that's age appropriate to build attachment and trust with your child. Children who experience the death of a pet often have symptomatic issues as a result of this loss. Adults who go through loss, grief, and experience death of a loved one also experience these physical symptoms, including IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, depression, stomach issues, stomach pain, anxiety, constipation, loss in grades, poor grades at school, outbursts at school. So I do also recommend letting your child's teacher and principal know, as well as the guidance counselor, that you have experienced a major loss of a pet in your family. Losing a pet can be like losing a sibling, can be like losing a child. It can feel like losing a family member. So you really want to treat it just as important. If your child is sad, you never want to say, don't cry. You don't want to brush their feelings off to the side and be dismissive. You really just want to be empathetic and acknowledge that they're going through a tough time right now. And a lot of loss is long-term. So your child 6 months later might start crying over the loss of the pet. Maybe it's Christmas and it's the first Christmas without this beloved family dog. Your child may cry on Christmas morning, but don't take it personally like you've gotten all those amazing gifts, and just let them have their feelings and hold them and hug them. And their feelings are important to feel. And maybe you two can cry together and say, we really both love this family dog or the family pet. When it comes to teens, you often see much more anger, withdrawing, aggression, frustration, and outbursts. And you can also sometimes see self-harm spike after the loss of a pet. And so we have the first trauma being pet loss. Often the second trauma or second loss a child experiences is divorce or parental separation. So it's really important to also support your child through this another loss if that's happening to your family. Again, create a ritual around a new family happening or the ending of an old family. and before you join into another family, before you get another pet. So we want to have closure. If you know of a child who's struggling with frustration related to pet loss, a teenager who's struggling with, going through a parent's divorce, maybe a really high conflict divorce, they're kind of stuck in the middle. There can be a lot of issues that arise when a child or teenager doesn't get the help they need. And if you know someone who's struggling, please send them our way. At Wisdom Within Counseling, we're a holistic practice for marriage and family therapy. Courtney and Sarah, two amazing clinicians, specialize with anxious children, kids who don't want to go to school, teenagers who are self-harming, who have eating disorders, and have low self-esteem. And I specialize with couples, rather than high conflict couples. I love working with couples that have, maybe feel like roommates, and maybe you're kind of separated emotionally and want to reconnect, want to have more deep love, want to have more trust and desire in your relationship. You have a really good foundation, you have the friendship down, but you're really looking to create this intimate connection. So I love working with couples that are looking to simply reconnect on a deep, genuine, meaningful level. If you're looking to get started, you can call or text 860-451-9364. I'm Katie Ziskind, licensed marriage and family therapist, 500-hour registered yoga teacher, and the practice owner of Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic. And we have blog articles updated weekly. We just had 2 recent posts, how eating disorders affect teens and how to spot an eating disorder in your teenager, and why and what causes teens to self-harm and cut themselves and self-injure. Sometimes it can be really confusing if you're like, just stop doing that as a parent, but there's a lot to it. So we give lots of detailed information. There's tons of great content. And the article right before that was 3 essential, most important things in a marriage to make your marriage work better. So check those out at wisdomwithinct.com. Hope you have a great day.